Hi. So this part deals with the editing process, where we are trying to create the final document that is part of our that is going to be read by the audience. Now, what we have done till now is in stage one, what we have done is analyzed. So basically, analyze the purpose of the document, found who the audience was, defined the audience, crafted the purpose statement of the document based on our research that we had done previous to this case process. We select the relevant facts that will suit this purpose, and based on the audience that we have chosen. And we created a document outline, full sentence document outline. I said that we created on a paper using a pen or pencil. Next stage, we shifted from pen and paper to actually crafting the document in a word processor. We transcribed the purpose statement and relevant facts into the document outline that had been created in the first phase. Insert the comments wherever required. We did not bother about getting too much into the details, at least in the first stage. Just put the comments whenever you think more details are required or more connections are required to be made here or something important needs to be noted. Third, we discussed about writing conclusion, which needs to contain only and only two parts. First is the review of the document, and second is the action items that need to be taken. And last part of any document is the introduction of the executive summary, where you write the purpose statement, ideally as a first sentence of the document. Then you review the main points, not the relevant facts, but review the main points that this document covers and provide any contextual information, additional information that is required to understand or read this document meaningfully. Now, in the third stage, which is editing, we come to the actual document preparing actual document which will go out to the audience. The purpose of this stage is to make the document understandable to the reader. Right now, what we have done is this document was for us. We have done all the relevant research, dumped all things into the document. Now we need to craft this document. We need to edit this document to make it understandable to the reader, so that the logic flows from one sentence to next, from one paragraph to next, and this whole document is actually a very well coherent, precise, concise, meaningful document. And beware that editing is not same as proofreading. In proofreading, you look for errors. Right now, we are not looking for errors. That will come as the last stage of all this process. In editing, what we are trying to do is to ensure that the document is actually saying what it wants to say, but say it in a manner which is organized, clear, and concise. That's the purpose of it. Now, editing happens in steps. It is not like these parts overlap. You keep switching, say, while organizing, you come across some wrong word choice. You may edit for that, but ideally, it should happen in four stages. For the first stage, you look for organization of the document. In next, you improve the document for clarity and conciseness. Then you focus on the word choice that you have. Is it appropriate? And finally, probably this is where the proofreading, etc., gets in terms of punctuation and grammar. And in fact, the proofreading again will look at all these stages. So once the document is complete, probably you will give it to someone else to proofread, or you take a break from the document for 3, 4, 5 days, or at least some hours, so that it is not right on your top of your head, and then go for proofreading, looking for all these things again. But in editing process, these are the four stages that we need to go through, and we will look at it in detail in the coming slides. All right, so in terms of editing for organization, each paragraph should relate directly and clearly to purpose statement. We talked about paragraphs which should be short, 3 to 5 sentences long. The opening sentence of the paragraph or the closing sentence of the paragraph should summarize the paragraph, or should be the key argument that this paragraph is making. And each paragraph that you put should relate directly and clearly to the purpose statement. How we can do that, I'll discuss in the next slide. Next, you ensure that from one paragraph to second to third, there is a logical flow of thoughts. Each paragraph should include evidence. It should not just include sentences or claims. It should include evidence to support whatever arguments that you are presenting. And to ensure that there is a smooth transition. It is not jerky transition from one sentence to another, one paragraph to another. It should all be in a logical manner, and you ensure that you are not missing any of the key points. And if you have done your homework well and done the stage 1 and 2 well, you have transcribed all the relevant facts into the document, made comments where more information is required, you will not miss any of the key. How do you organize, edit for organization? There is a simple test for it. The first sentence that you have pasted in the word processor was your purpose statement, right? It was there, right there on the top. Now, if this purpose statement is on the top, then what do you basically do is, sorry, just a minute. What do you do is copy each paragraph of the document one at a time. Take a word processor, a new word document, paste the words, the purpose statement there, and paste each paragraph under the purpose statement. Is each paragraph supporting the purpose statement, right? Is this document making sense? If this single paragraph or the whole sentence, is it directly linking to the purpose statement? Is it kind of addressing the purpose statement directly? If it is not addressing, then probably this paragraph either needs to be a sub point to another paragraph, or you simply delete it if it is not addressing the purpose statement directly. And that is where you get concise, uh, concise document. Now, in terms of simple sentences, in terms of editing for clarity and conciseness, always use simple sentences, short sentences. Do not go for 70, 80, 100 word long sentences, maybe 15, 20 words, at max 25, 30 words, not more than that. Word choice, be economical in that. Don't go for very flowery language. Avoid any kind of redundancies. Avoid being too wordy or too succinct. Don't Long sentences are a big no-no, but very short sentences where you do not convey the meaning that you want to convey, that is also something to be avoided. Avoid overuse of pronouns and use active voice. I mean, this is a common advice that has been given, but what I have understood is a lot of times active voice usage does not make sense. Sometimes passive voice is more appropriate, and I often end up using passive voice, and the active voice version of the sentence does not sound really good. So beware of that thing. Read it, see whether active voice is more useful or it is passive voice, and take a conscious decision. How do you detect wordiness? Speak out the sentences. As you speak out, as you listen to what you have written, you will be able to see that, that there is too much wordiness, there is too many words that are redundant there. Very words like very, really, again, again and again, as already stated, still remains. All these, see if these can be removed, and still the words and the paragraph sentences make sense. Pronouns overkill, something like he told him to go to his office where his files were kept. No, you do not know who is referring to. He told him. Now, after this, his office, is it the boss's office or the subordinate's office? His files were kept. Is it uh, the boss's files kept in subordinate's office, or boss's files kept in boss's office, or subordinate's files kept in subordinate's office? So this is like a perfect example of a pronoun overkill. Avoid that. Now, this is where, if you look, what we have done is looked at the 4 stages. You edit for organization, you edit for clarity and conciseness. You see the linkage between the paragraphs. You see where there is no wordiness, and every word is correct, and it is not overused, or it is not inappropriate. You check for punctuation and grammar. You have completed the first draft of the document. It is the final document that is there, the first draft of the document. Then you go for proofreading, and in proofreading, you start with the purpose statement. Understand that, okay, this is the purpose. Now, how do I change, or do I see that there is an issue with the organization of the paragraphs, or organization of the whole uh, subsections within the document? You again look for clarity and conciseness. You again look for proper word choice, and you again look for punctuation and grammar. Ideally, proofreading should be done by someone else, because you have crafted it. The document is your baby. You will be reluctant to change it, or you will be reluctant to see the issues with the document. So it is ideal if you get it proofread by someone else, but if that is not possible, or say if it is an assignment where individual work is required, then proofread after taking some break, and proofread as a neutral person. Try to avoid your emotions, bringing your emotions into this process. Thank you. So that completes the whole ACE process of writing documents. And with this, we come to end of this series on written business communication. Thank you.